Hello? Right, no, I just wanted to try something new there. Just kind of, I didn't expect to see you. Right, welcome to episode 2 of season 2 of Tight 10 on Titan. There, try saying that sober.
Tight 10 on Titan.
Tight 10 on Titan. Right, so we're doing this. I've got all my screens in front of me. This time we had a bit of an issue last week where we couldn't see some of the chats that were happening on Facebook, but we've hopefully remedied that. So if anybody's going to comment on Facebook or whatever, I should see your chats. I'll also see chats on YouTube, and I'll see the stuff on Twitch. So here we go. Now we just started the quest. Sorry, I've got a bit of a cough there, right? Don't know, probably not COVID, but who knows? So we started the quest last week, and basically it was just us doing our usual thing where we spent an hour rolling dice and getting your stats, and then you visited a wizard. You considered killing him or getting killed by him. Obviously decided against it. We had a deleted scene. We'll maybe do another deleted scene
I got
tonight.
turned into a frog. I believe I got turned into a frog in that
deleted scene. We should have just done a frog quest.
Frog quest.
Frog quest 2001. So basically, it ended on the cliffhanger of you going into the woods. So it is called the Forest of Doom, so it was probably inevitable. I'll reread this bit out as a kind of previously on Forest of Doom. So outside in the bright light, because you've just come out of tower, you notice the dead quietness ahead. A narrow path leads northwards from the tall grass surrounding Stromo's tower into the dense undergrowth of the dark wood forest. And a few strides are surrounded by the dark and tangled forest. Stones and knotted roots seem to hide in the shadows, and you can almost believe that they're trying to trip you up because they're bastards like that. The light fades quickly, and the air becomes moist and unpleasant. We've all been there. Deeper and deeper you go into the gloom. We've all been there. Eventually, the path forks on either side of a huge.
There's where the path separates.
Yes. So you get the choice of going west or east, and that was those are the kind of, for anyone that's watching for the first time, those are the kind of crazy cliffhangers that we have come to expect. You've got it. You're just and everyone's waiting a week, kind of going, is it going to go that way or that way? And
nothing but excitement, John. Puddles of piss.
Shit.
So I believe I said last week that instead of actually making the decision, I was going to flip a coin, and I have the coin.
That's right. So obviously, if you flip the coin, the best thing to do is to work out if heads is going to be west or heads is going to be east before flipping the coin and going, what?
We'll make heads west. Heads west.
Head west, and tail east. Right, cool. So heads is west and tails is east. Let's roll this.
I don't even know if you'll be able to see this.
I can't see it. Could be anything.
I'll pin it down, I guess.
It's heads, so you're going west. Go west, young man.
West. Oh, I was also going to make a note of every choice I'd made. Do we count the choice of me not killing? We will. That's 2 choices.
We will count that choice. That was a choice. So you're going west. Obviously, there will be points where the audience can get involved in possibly influencing your decision. I'm not
possibly.
Yeah,
as much help as I can get, really.
Yeah.
Would be
so
good.
Obviously, unless you just want to flip a coin for the entirety of this quest,
that would be interesting. I wonder how long that would take. Very quick decisions.
It'd be quite worrying when there's a choice of 3, and you're kind of going,
you have to flip 2 coins
like that.
My coin's always
you start to do quarterfinals and stuff. Right. There's 8.
It's a league table of the options. We've got to play them off against each other. Wait, but who wins? Does heads or tails? Does heads beat tails, or does tails beat heads?
Well, it's a question as old as time itself.
This question as old as coins itself.
Question as old as as old as 5 minutes. So you're going west. So let's get questing. That's going to be my new catchphrase now. Whenever we start this, if I'm not said within the first 6 minutes, let's get questing. Then
I love, I know for a fact that you looked at the time and then went in the first 6 minutes.
to be fair, yes, I did that, and also
Nobody says 6 minutes.
Actually, getting to our kind of first decision and making the choice within the first 6 minutes is actually a new record.
That's true. Yeah, it's true. But I mean, it might have been aided by the fact that we didn't actually make the choice. It was made by
I know that's flip. True.
Right, so we're looking for, if I recall,
nobody has made any comments as of yet.
We think, because last week we thought that too, and it turns out there was loads of them.
I know, I'm worried about that.
When you make sure you're hitting F5, make sure you refresh the page whenever you look at it.
I'm going to write a comment to see if it appears.
Oh my God, we should have done this every week. Oh, brilliant.
We should have done it every week. So it has appeared, and it has also appeared on the comment section in StreamYard. People are going, oh, is it like this every week? So I can actually see. Yeah. So let's long may that continue. Let's hope that works. So we should hopefully have access. Yeah. So you've gone west, right? So anyway, we're now 7 minutes in, and you've gone west, right? The narrow, overgrown path continues to weave its way through the crowded forest. Strange animal cries echo through the trees. It's not long before you arrive at another junction in the path.
Oh, here we go. The action, the fucking madness continues.
You get the choice of continuing westwards or turning north.
I thought I was going to say go east.
Go east, exactly. Just go back, yeah. Well, I remember when we were doing the Warlock of Firetop Mountain back in the day, that was the kind of stuff you went there just kind of going, well, I've just been east. Well, you get the choice to go back.
Yeah, if you want yourself you against go back. You might have missed something.
It turns out you didn't.
We never did.
We absolutely never did.
My instinct is to look at this geographically, and I know that's not usually the best choice, but we went in, right? Presumably we're heading north, then we went west. It would be silly to go west, because if we went west again, if we went south after that, we'd end up out. So surely if we go north, we're heading deeper into the forest, which is the point.
Yep, that's absolutely true. I'm also thinking as well, if it's like that, is that kind of much, and will there be a point where you don't know where you're going because of the lack of sun?
Oh, yeah, maybe. I mean, we're going to lose our way after a bit.
I don't know. I'm pretending I know what I'm talking about here.
Judging by the position of the sun and the moon, I'm fucking lost.
I just remember, was that not the basic premise of the Blair Witch Project? This is just a point we kind of go, we're going in circles now.
We're going in circles now, and that man's standing in the corner.
Exactly.
Man, did you ever watch? I know this isn't strictly relevant, but did you ever watch the sequel to the Blair Witch Project? Like not. I think they made it.
Book of Shadows.
No, I can't remember what it was called, but I think it was called Blair Witch 2.
It's called Book of Shadows. It's called Blair Witch Book of Shadows.
Was that the one where they were like? I think you're on a loop. It's called Blair Witch 2 Book of Shadows. It's called Blair Witch 2 Book of Shadows.
Blair Witch 2 Book of Shadows.
Was it?
Tonight's episode is sponsored by Blair Witch 2 Book of Shadows.
Yes. We were contractually obligated to include at least 15 mentions of the book. We've already got 9 done. No,
exactly. We need to do it within the first 11 minutes.
Am I right? It had nothing to do. It had absolutely nothing to do with the first film, except that like I think they were in a warehouse in it at some point.
They were.
I can't remember. Yeah.
And warehouse. Weird reversey bits.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. That movie sucked. It was really bad.
There was a lot. Yeah, there was a lot because I worked for Global Video when Blair Witch 2 Book of Shadows came out, right. And we got like all these promotion packs, and there's loads of scenes that had this weird stuff that was quite bizarre if you played certain scenes backwards.
Really?
And they put a ton of effort into it, and the film was still shite. Apologies to the producers of Blair Witch 2 Book of Shadows.
Yeah. Sorry, other films are available.
The films are available.
Thank fuck.
So, exactly. Yeah, because it would be weird if other films weren't available and the only film you'd ever seen in your life was Blair Witch 2.
You just
Book
blew
of
your mind.
Shadows.
Yeah,
Yep.
but like, yeah, they tried to Led Zeppelin it by making things play backwards.
If you watch Blair Witch 2 Book of Shadows backwards, you enjoy it more.
Yeah. Just like Toy Story 3. It's just a better film. They go up the conveyor, they don't get crushed.
I prefer switching Toy Story 3 off just as they're kind of falling into the furnace. And then just like clicking forward on the Blu-ray to the end credits, and my son kind of goes, "Dad, you got a friend in me." And then back to school today. I hear they're making Toy Story 4.
I'm determined they are. I'm determined to edit in after that, just that, and we inter their remains to the fire. Just as they fall in. Splice in footage from The Exorcist.
And Blair Witch 2, Book of Shadows.
But only the backwards stuff.
Only the backwards stuff.
We've been hatering for about 4 minutes now.
Exactly. No, that's
going north, John.
What is this? What are we watching?
You won't get much more context. John North. We gotta go north, right? It's the only logical answer.
Let's go north. I love how you've reeled me back into this. No, actually, John, we should probably don't want to be in a situation where we're an hour in.
All my Blair Witch 2 material is starting to run out.
Run out. Save it for an actual gig. I don't want to shoot my Blair Witch 2 load online when
we don't even have any comments.
When exactly when a paid audience might come to see it at local bingo hall.
Oh Jesus!
Just as an aside, I was talking to Jamie Andrew who does a kind of he's doing a kind of YouTube kind of video cast right now. We're talking about different stuff, and we didn't talk about it on screen. But we're talking about the kind of really rubbish kind of porn parodies that you get of some films. Of course, there was a porn of the Blair Witch Project.
I believe you said a porn party at the Blair Witch Project. You cut out a little there.
Yep. Oh, did I? Right. Okay. So it was rubbishly named the Erotic Witch Project, right? Which is a terrible name for a porn parody. It should be called Bear Witch or Bear Bitch, right?
The Blair Fist Project.
Exactly. Something. But they made a sequel, obviously, as they did with the Blair Witch Project, which is called Blair Witch 2, Book of Shadows. But the sequel, and I can't believe that I didn't mention this to Jamie because we did talk about it for some time during this, and not much else. The sequel to the Erotic Witch Project was Erotic Witch Project 2, Book of Shagging. So anyway,
if you play that backwards, it looks like someone's trying to hide a log up a hole just really quick.
So you're heading north. Thanks for reeling me back in. So you're heading north, and the path heads north into the thick forest. And one of the few clearings between the trees, you see smoke rising from the chimney of a wooden hut to your right. So we've gone from north, south, west, and east to suddenly going to your right.
Yeah, it's all relative.
We'd created a kind of directional convention that we were sticking to, and they've instantly just went to your right instead of what I would have probably said to your east.
Coming up on your right.
So coming up on your right, so you've got the choice of looking through the window of the hut or you keep walking north.
We're in a position again where probably the smart thing to... No, we're in a position again where the smart thing to do and the interesting thing to do are at odds with each other. Because the smart thing to do was probably to continue north, and without anyone commenting to tell me to do that, I'm going to have to look through that window. I can't not. I'm too curious not to look.
We wait to see if anybody comments. We can give them a couple of minutes and talk about it, like the Blair Witch Project 3.
And its erotic counterpart. I'm trying to think.
It's erotic counterpart, the third part.
I've always thought
they made the Blair Witch Project 3.
No, I mean, would you if you if you saw how well the first two did? I wish they'd make a decent Slenderman film. I was always a big fan of the, like, whenever the whole Slenderman thing was like big. No, but it's shite. It was awful. I went to cinema to see it. It was terrible. Really, really bad. New Scream film just come out, actually. Yeah, I like really bad films whenever they're bad and like they're endearingly bad. But Slender was just a pile of shite.
It's rubbish. So far, nobody has commented. There are people watching, but nobody's got the guts to tell you to either not look in this window or not. These
Absolutely disappointed.
I know we're disappointed. You can watch and you can help Chris make terrible choices.
But you know, in the past, in the last season, whenever people did contribute and tell me to do the correct thing, I never listened. So you probably can't help me. I'll be more. I promise. I promise to be more receptive. Oh, someone comment?
Peter has commented. He says it depends how close to the stone bridge he is and whether he's both bits of the hammer. Well, Peter, we've just really started the quest, so he's got no bits of the hammer.
Nope, but I appreciate your catch up. Yeah, man, this guy's clearly been watching.
Peter's got the book, kind of going.
He's racing ahead of us.
Hey, Peter watched the first 20 minutes of the first one and thought they must be further ahead of this by now. They're 18 minutes at this night.
Third decision.
Third decision. One was the flip of a coin. So Peter, we've done next to nothing. It's Chris's way of surviving longest by making no choices.
Yeah, we can extend this out to 50 episodes if we just stay outside this house.
Absolutely, yeah, just kind of procrastinating. So Peter is pretty much doing what, like anybody that watched Game of Thrones, there was always somebody that just kind of came online and said, "I've not seen the show, but I've read the book."
Yeah.
So that's it, Peter.
His choice here depends on how far he is and how well he's managed to min-max his stats.
And the answer is not very well at all.
Do you know what? Fuck Peter. I'm going looking through that window.
He didn't say not to. He didn't say
okay,
not
well,
to.
I unfuck Peter.
I mean, you can if you want, but I mean, it's just
Peter's up for it.
It's just what Peter's up for it. Everyone's consenting.
Peter, can I interest you in coming round to my house and watching Erotic Witch Project with me?
Book of Shagging.
Book of Shagging, right. Sorry. The underappreciated sequel.
I know what I'm doing after
this. Yeah, you pretending you're sick, you're going to go to bed early and then nobody come and bother me, I'm sick.
So I'm thinking, whatever choice you make, Peter will say, I gave you a clue as to what you should do, and it's your fault that you didn't listen. But he didn't really. He just said it depends on. He didn't tell you what was the better answer. You peer through the small dirty window of the hut. Excellent to see an old woman. This is starting to get a bit saucy.
Yes.
You peer through the small dirty window of the hut to see an old woman in grubby clothes with a wrinkled face and a warty nose, reading one of several books by the fireside in the far wall of the hut. But you can't tell because it's through glass.
I've got a very keen nose.
You got a very, very keen nose. A hunchbacked servant is carrying more books to her from shelves crammed with old books, charts, and scrolls. Do you want to enter the hut or return to the path and head north?
Wait, we're about 20 meters into the forest. How is there already a witch's hut?
And suddenly this is a prime location. This is prime. I've just noticed that Eleanor Patterson is watching. Hello, Eleanor, but Eleanor's on holiday. Eleanor, you're abroad on holiday right now, and you're wasting your time watching us. Thank you.
Yeah, very much appreciated, but
we really do appreciate it. Go and enjoy your holiday. Or stay. It's all good to see you. Although we can't see you, but you can see us. But I hope you're having a good holiday, Eleanor. While Chris is making these decisions, I'll ask Eleanor how her holiday's going.
Yeah, there is a Q&A aspect to this show that we don't really touch on enough. And my buddy Harry's probably watching on YouTube. So, all right, would you mind commenting how your day went? Just checking in.
Just see how it's been. Paul Dorrington says evening all. So Paul's in. So we're getting the dream team in. Paul.
Yes, we are.
Paul and yourself were prime contributors when I used to kind of do this on my own.
Yeah, I remember.
So the dream team's here. Right. So just to get Paul back up to speed. Chris is perving on an old woman and a hunchback through a dirty window in a hut.
Wasn't dirty when I got here.
Right, it wasn't dirty. It wasn't dirty till you arrived. I used the word arrived there rather than the other word. Paul says some dream team, and it's true, right? So Chris, you've got the choice of going into the hut or just going back to the woods.
I mean, it's a witch's hut, and maybe she'll give me a potion.
Yep.
Is that wishful thinking? Is that wishful thinking? I'm gonna prompt the comments. Look, cards on the table. My instinct is always to go for the more interesting option, which in this case would be walking into
an old woman.
Yeah, clearly a witch's hut. But when you think about it, we were at a wizard's tower, and then we went into the forest, turned left, turned right, and we're at a witch's hut. So it makes sense that these two live so close together. It's clearly a neighborhood.
So what do you want to do?
Fuck.
I can't influence you.
What the comments say.
Any of the people watching could influence you. Nobody's given anything of note.
Fuck it, let's go to the witch's house now.
They have been given stuff, but nothing that will help you in your quest. It's just been banter.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is what happens whenever banter is what drives whenever we're on the banter bus, we go into the witch's hut. So into the witch's hut. Fuck
Paul just said go into the hut.
Thank you, Paul. That's all I needed. One vote. Let's go.
Yep, one vote. Right. So let's go into the witch's hut.
Do I knock? Do I just open it? I don't
know, but I've lost my page.
Fucking hell.
This is the night I decide not to drink.
This is what happens. You just shake it without it.
I know. I'm gonna just give me a moment and I'll.
Someone send John a bottle of absinthe, please.
I know. Absinthe makes the heart grow fonder. West. Right. I'm nearly back to where I was. I've just had to go back to the beginning of the book.
And then pick all the choices again.
Also, it's going to the hut, you might get lucky. Going to the hut, you might get lucky.
I might get lucky with this witch.
Exactly. Will you get lucky with the old witch, or will you get lucky with a hunchback, or
Well,
both?
both. Why not? You know.
World's your oyster. Right, so you're going into the hut. You open a rough wooden door and walk into the middle of a dingy hut. And you've got the choices of talking to the old woman or drawing your sword.
That would be
Nothing else.
really funny. That would be really funny. Just as an image in a movie. Imagine that. You know, it's like a fantasy book, and it's like, you know, they've just started their adventure. They go into the hut. No, they go into the woods, and then they find a hut. They walk in. They don't even speak to the person. They just pull their sword out and start stabbing. Just no, I'm gonna
Well, I mean,
talk
that's
to her.
a
Fuck
choice.
it. I
You
just
can
realised that's
either
another choice.
you can attack the old woman, or you can. Doesn't even say attack. It just says draw your sword. So you can draw your
No,
sword or attack her.
the last time I drew my sword against a spellcaster in an alternate dimension, I got turned into a frog. So I think I'm gonna talk to her.
Talk to her. Okay, let's do it.
Listen,
You've
hen.
changed. What's
Huh?
wrong with you? You've changed.
That's true. It's true.
Right.
Old age.
Here we go. The old woman throws back her head and roars with laughter as you start to make conversation.
It's a
She's
bit
an
of a
evil
weird
woman.
reaction.
She's an evil woman, and you start to feel a bit strange. You lose one luck point and draw your sword. I don't know why that would make you less lucky, but you have.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Your luck's now
Luck's our worst stat.
I know as well. Your luck's now dropped to 6, and you have to draw your sword anyway.
I should have
So
just.
let's.
Right. Let this be a lesson to us all. We need to choose violence. It is the only way.
Paul told you not to draw your sword. Just read that too late, but luckily,
Yeah, well, Paul, you've
unluckily, you
fucked up, haven't you?
did. As you draw your sword, the old woman's face changes from an expression of disinterest to that of anger, as you would expect, as one would expect. From a drawer on a nearby table, she pulls out some dead flowers and proceeds to rub a few petals on her palms, filling the hut with a sweet smell. As this happens, the room starts to spin before your eyes. Do you have a headband of concentration? You do. If you possess a headband, you've luckily got a headband of concentration. Do you want to use it?
I mean, I can't think of a better time to use it than a witch is trying to spike me.
Absolutely.
Let's get it on. Let's get this witch. Let's burn the witches.
Let's get this witch. Let's get this witch where she lives. Right. So, headband of concentration. You start to lose your balance as the illusion distorts your mind. You close your eyes and reach into your backpack. That's you. And you pull out the headband of concentration, which you quickly place in your head. The spinning sensation in your head subsides, and you the spinning sensation in your head subsides, and you open your eyes again to see the old woman who you now realise is a witch, even though you did kind of realise that.
Who didn't realise that?
To stop you reaching her, the servant throws a wooden chair at you. You protest.
I did not expect a witch to throw a chair at me.
It's not. It's the hunchback's done it.
Oh, sorry.
You have to test your luck.
Okay, I don't have any left.
You've got next to no luck left. You have to roll 2 dice. You have to roll 2 dice and hopefully get less than 6.
Okay.
Oh, so you're going to get smacked to a chair, basically.
Come on, snake eyes. Come on, snake eyes. Oh,
You rolled a 9. You rolled a 9.
Okay.
So you get whacked by a chair. The
What's
chair
my
hits you in the head and knocks you unconscious.
What? What's
What
my
you
head
get
made out of? Is my head made out of fucking jelly? How have I gone unconscious from one hit?
You get a chair thrown at your head. I don't know how Rodney McBelfast usually does stuff, but
I don't know. Rodney McBelfast, I would have thought he's used to taking chairs to the head.
well, this was obviously a heavier chair than you expected. You've been
It's
knocked out.
one chair
Just
too many.
Take it like a man. You're going to wake up handcuffed naked to this witch's bed.
You can't have too much of a good thing. That's what
Exactly.
they say about chairs.
Yeah. You awake and find yourself lying on the ground outside the wooden hut. You sit up and look around your backpack. All your provisions have been stolen. Get no food.
What about my
Luckily,
stuff?
nothing else is gone, and you still have your sword.
Wait,
You
did
look
I have
inside
food
the hut,
already?
and it's deserted.
Wait, I had food.
You don't now.
Well, no, I suppose it don't.
You get no
Oh, for
food now.
fuck's sake.
So now
Guys,
you can
why
go.
did you
You can
tell me to
search.
get into the witch's hut? I've lost all my food now.
You've lost all your food, and you can now search the abandoned hut or just head north.
Let's search the abandoned hut. I gotta try and at least try and get my food back.
Right, okay. Let's see what happens. You decide to start your search at the wooden shelves. All the books are written in a language unfamiliar to you and contain strange diagrams.
English.
English, English is it's a book of English erotica. Hence the strange diagrams, the erotic witch. The charts and scrolls are also unintelligible to you, but you have just had a hit to the head, so that might be it. You open cupboards and drawers, but all you find are more books, leather bound and dusty. You're about to give up searching the room when you notice one more book on the floor, acting as a support for a broken table leg. You've got the choice of picking up the book or getting out of there and heading north.
I mean, let's pick up the book. Fuck it.
Pick
In
up
for
the
it
book.
anyway.
You open the book and are surprised to see the pages are hollowed out in the middle.
She's got a fucking Glock in here.
Paul thought it might be the Kama Sutra.
Probably this is where she keeps her dildo. Steve Jobs is chipping in.
But honestly, if the CIA ever listened to what I accidentally asked Siri, then they'll start banging on the door. Open the book and surprised to see the pages are hollowed down the middle. Lying in the cavity is a small jewel on a silver chain. Beside it is a parchment which reads, "Place a necklace around your neck and question those you fear. No matter what they try to say, it's only truth you'll hear."
Oh shit! It's a truth amulet. Yo, hold on. Why is this written in English? Why is this written in English, but everything else here is written in weird, mysterious languages?
Because it's magic. Maybe it's not written in English, but you can read it because it's enchanted.
It's psychic paper.
Psychic paper. You place a necklace around your neck and presume you'll find it will come in useful in this evil forest. You get your luck point back.
Yo, no harm, no foul. I may have no food, but at least I got my luck back. Do you know what? That witch wasn't so bad in the end.
So you leave the hut and turn north. So you're finally heading north. We're actually 33 minutes in, and
we have gone north.
And you've got a magic necklace. Walking along the narrow path, you notice a big old tree to your left, which is hardly surprising on account of the fact that you're in an old forest.
Yeah, I think I might have noticed a few of those.
Exactly. So you notice a big old tree to your left with a large hole in its trunk just above head height. Do you want to reach up to put your hand into the hole, or would you rather continue walking?
Do you know?
It's just asking for something horrible to happen, isn't it?
I can't not think about it. I can't not think about doing it. It's a big hole. It's just above half. In real life, there's no doubt that I'd be knuckle deep already. What does anyone in chat think?
Right.
Does anyone
in the chat have any comment on this? Chris has got the choice of sticking his hand in a hole or just walking on.
I would point out that it might not have been the smartest decision to go into the witch's hut, but we did get an amulet of truth out of it, or whatever it's called. Did it actually have a name?
It's what you've called it the amulet of truth because of the wee kind of ditty, and it gave you some luck. So oh, did you write down that you've got this amulet now?
Yeah,
Magic
I've just wrote it
amulet.
down there now.
We'll call it amulet of truth. I should write it down too. Just so that I know. Right. Peter says walk on. Peter, who go back to earlier on, clearly knows the book.
Peter has a level head.
Paul has said walk on as well. So the choice is yours.
Against my natural instinct, I will walk on.
Okay, walk on. But now I'm going to ask you your next question. Do you want not walking on to be your deleted scene at the end of the episode?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I need to know.
I'm
a ball hair. I'm a ball hair from buying the book myself to find out.
We're doing a thing. We're doing a thing this time where Chris, even though sometimes he makes a level-headed decision, does have the option to go back and revisit what would have happened.
Only once per session.
Once. So are you gonna make this your deleted scene?
We'll put it in the maybe pile. All right, it'll go in the maybe pile.
Right. Okay. Right. It's on the maybe pile for the moment. We're only doing another 20 minutes of adventuring, and then we've got a 5-minute deleted scene at the end. So right now this is the biggie. Imagine if you made like a really mundane decision, your deleted scene. You continue north.
Yeah, you put your hand in the tree. You find some nectar.
Join us next week. Exactly. So you're going to continue walking north. I think. I think you made the right choice, but you're also a bit loose there. The path soon comes to a junction, and you've got the choice of heading west or heading east.
A junction to me has to have traffic lights.
You've kind of gone.
Wait, what was the options again?
West or east. Yeah, when you walked into the forest, you went a wee bit north, a wee bit west. You've now gone a wee bit north. Now you've got the choice of west or east.
If we go east, we might end up on the right path if we were to head completely forward. But I sort of think that the bronze head and the polished ebony might be at like opposite sides of the forest. So my inclination is to go west. What's this? Ugster Vom.ong.
And Vomong. No idea.
Yeah, I think that it's either a bot or someone's smoking crack.
Excellent. One of them, and both are equally appealing in their own way. So it's really weird. You can see my Facebook comment on this, but you can't see anyone else's. Just in case you think I've been making this up. People are commenting.
Yeah, I'm worried. That's a YouTube comment that's come in. I'm worried that if I reload the stream, that might be bad. I wonder, can I open the stream again to like refresh it? I don't know. It doesn't really matter. Let's not do the admin right now. We'll worry about it some other time.
The choice of west or east.
This doesn't really matter to me, so I'm gonna say west.
West.
West
really matter to you. West 3, right? Let's do this. This is going west. Going west to passage brings you to another junction. You decide to ignore the way south and you head north. Doesn't even give you the choice. You're heading north.
I suppose because if we went south, we would at this point basically be backtracking.
Yep. The path leads ever northwards, but at last the trees are beginning to thin out and appear less menacing. As daylight streams through between them, on the right-hand side of the path, you see an old oak chair covered with moss. Do you want to go sit in the chair and rest, or press on northwards?
I mean, my instinct here is not to sit down, because I feel like if we sit on the chair covered in moss, then moss will start to grow over us.
Do you know what I think?
Like Night of the Triffids or some shit.
Absolutely. So,
Let's
so
go
you're
north.
not
Fuck
going to
it.
sit
I'm
on the
not.
chair.
No, I'm not even going to go to chat on this one. Let's just go. I mean,
Let's just do it.
my instinct is usually to do the dumb thing, but if the dumb thing is as boring as sitting down, no thanks. I'm a man of action.
So you continue north. We'll never know. But I think you were right. The path eventually emerges from the trees onto a vast plain before you see the rising ground leading to low hills. Beyond, not before. Beyond, you see the rising ground leading to low hills. The waist-high grasses on either side of the path sway gently in the warm breeze, trying to make this more exciting. All is peaceful, and the dangers ahead seem unimportant. You're enjoying your walk when suddenly the silence is broken by the sound of squealing and grunting to the right of the path.
Okay, that sounds like a pig to me.
Jamie Andrews said, "Have a wee see. What's the worst that could happen?"
What we'll do, Jamie, is we'll stick that on the maybe pile with the tree pole.
Okay, we'll do that. I've done it. Right, okay. You can see a path being made through the grass by an unseen beast moving quickly towards you. You draw your sword in readiness. A few yards ahead of you, a large brown pig-like creature bursts out in the path and halts there. It has two long tusks protruding from its short, stubby snout. Steam rises into the air from its sweating body. This is quite erotic.
We thought the witch was all we were going to get.
The erotic witch project with Vicar Shaggin. Its small eyes look at you before it puts its head down to charge at you. You have to fight a wild boar.
Ooh, I mean, it's a wild boar. Rodney McBelfast. I got this. I'm not worried.
You've got this. It's got a skill of 6 and a stamina of 5. You've got a skill of 12 and a stamina at 18. So I think you're going to be all right.
Hey, well, here, this has solved the fact that we don't have any food.
You could.
That's not for real.
So I rolled 2 dice for the creature. That's its attack strength. So it has to get more than 6 on you every time.
What a chance!
So the first roll is a wild boar. It's got a stamina of 5. You need to hit it 3 times to win.
Do you know one day I'm determined that this manners, man. It's still here. Right here. One day right here we're gonna have someday we're gonna have a wee dice roller that comes up, and we'll just hit
that would be awesome. That's the dream.
It'll roll on the screen.
It's probably quite easy to do, but right now you just have to trust me. Right, its attack strength is 6. You can't lose.
Get fucked, pig.
Get fucked, pig.
We're gonna peel the skin off its head and wear it.
Again, it'd be really good to have kind of music for me just going.
Yeah, we should get some battle music in. Some chill adventure music or something.
Yeah.
It's got to be Green Sleeves.
Exactly.
I'll keep it going.
I've just realised that I'm still in the hunchback.
I'll be the witch then.
So attack strength again is 6, which means you can't lose. This is a shit pig.
Yeah, nothing but a shit pig.
Not a shit pig. This is the last one. Imagine if it now just completely turned and killed you.
Disemboweled.
Disemboweled by a shit pig. 9. It's got 9. So you have to roll more than a 3 with 2 dice. I'm all right. Unless you do get snake eyes here. Yep, you got a 4.
Just about. Just about. Touch the rope and no more.
Absolutely. So you've killed the pig.
Good. Can I shish
Kill
kebab
them.
him? I'd like to shish kebab him
Well,
with my sword up the butt,
it
out the
would,
mouth.
it would be rude not to. You draw your as you draw your sword. As you draw your sword.
As you draw
Draw
your
your
sword.
sword. Draw your sword. I'm committing hate crimes again. As you draw your sword.
As you draw your sword.
Draw your sword from the car, because I hope we don't meet another leprechaun in this quest, because we got complaints. We got complaints in the last one.
I'm
Hello
determined.
there.
Oh, hello there. I'm determined that I'm sure that there must be a leprechaun in every book, and I'm determined to sniff them out every book.
Find the leprechaun. I've just accidentally liked this stream, and it makes it looks so self-serving.
Vanity's such an ugly look on you, John.
I've just done a wee kind of love heart now as well, just to show how much I love. It was an accident. Jamie Andrews says you're better than a shit. You're one better than a shit pig.
Yeah. Shit pig's not even the bottom. One better than a shit pig.
Yeah, what the hell? This as my gran used to say. As you draw your sword from the carcass of the wild boar, you wonder what made it attack you. In the distance, you hear the sound of barking dogs. Perhaps it was being hunted, and being trapped made its last stand against it. You killed a hunted pig, you bastard.
Can I kill the dogs too?
Through the nose of the boar, you see a large gold ring, which you cut loose and place in your backpack, worth 10 gold pieces.
Ooh. Wow! So we've just spit roasted a pig and claimed its ring.
Spit roasting a pig, and now you get the equivalent of 11 gold pieces.
Wow!
And it says to add 1 luck point, but you're already your initial luck value, so you can't.
I'm not
you
a lucky
get
man.
any luckier than you are.
Rodney McBelfast has no luck. It's all skill.
If it wasn't for bad luck, I'd have no luck at all. Right. Walking north, you soon arrive at a junction. In the path, you can continue north, or you can go west, or you can go east.
3 choices this time.
3 choices. So you can't even flip a coin.
I can't. I'd have to flip 4 coins and take an average.
All at the same time.
Fuck. Well, I don't know that there's even any logic left in deciding what way to go, because all we've done so far is go northwest, 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 all the way through, and I feel like maybe we should consider east.
Well, do you know Paul Dorrington has just said go east, so he's thinking along the same lines as you.
Eastbound and down, loaded up and trucking. Are we gonna do what they say can't be done? John, we've got a long way to go and a short time to get there. Let's go east. No, I suppose for you it's that way. Let's go east.
I don't even know anymore. Go east.
We're going east.
Go east, young man. You go east and die.
Fuck you.
You are dead.
Congrats.
You have died from go east. Walking along the path, you notice marks on the ground made by hoofs of a horse heading east.
I thought you meant Carn.
I did the classic Glaswegian hoofs rather than hooves.
Hooves. It be hooves, you.
Hooves. Hooves is the plural of hoof. Made by hooves of a horse heading east. Hooves. More than one hoof. A multitude of hoofs. You soon arrive at another junction in the path. The hoof. The hoof. The hoof.
Get out of my hoof.
Yeah, my hoof. I said you. The hoof march leads south back to the forest, so you decide to head north because you're an absolute hoof pussy.
We don't want none of that hussy. None of that hussy.
None of that.
I mean, well, no, John, you say that, but a camel's hoof, I mean, I wouldn't say no to a camel's hoof or a moose, indeed.
Absolutely. And the distance, the right of the No, okay. Can we cut that? No, we can't because we're live. In the distance to the right of the path, you see large birds circling in the sky. Never a good sign.
No.
As you get closer, you recognise them as vultures. Never a good sign. If you wish to step off the path to see what or whom the vultures are interested in, you can, or you can ignore the vultures and continue walking north.
Well, no, hold on.
Jamie Andrew says you're not going to be happy till you kill every fucking animal in this place. Are you, Rod?
No, I'm not. I'm actually thinking about throwing my sword at these vultures. Smelly corpse-eating bastards. I think
So you can go see what the vultures are interested in, which, spoiler alerts, probably a dead body.
Probably, but you know,
or you can continue north.
If I'm honest, like thinking about this, right? If you see vultures circling overhead, do you want to continue blindly knowing that this is a place where people die, or do you want to at least try and see what it is that killed those people? And I think it's a logical decision to investigate.
Well, here's more logic. If they're still circling, there's a good chance the person might not be dead yet. Otherwise, they'd be in about it.
Yeah, they'd be sitting in amongst them, flying in amongst them with the claw in their beak.
They'd be they'd be going for it, big style. This is equivalent. If you're in the woods and somebody says, "Hey, do you want to see a dead body?"
You ever see that? You ever see that in The Simpsons, where it's like the Tom Sawyer episode where like Bart runs away from school and he sees what he thinks is Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry Finn on the raft, and he goes up to him and he's like, "Hey kid, want to see a dead body?" He's like, "Ah!" Yeah, I want to see a dead body.
I want to see a dead body. Let's do this. Oh God! Right, here we go. Ahead in the grass, you hear a low moan. This is just becoming decidedly more erotic with the moan.
I mean, nothing gets me going like vultures.
Exactly. You look up to see the vultures patiently waiting overhead. A few steps forward.
I just thought of a terrible line to finish that. There's nothing more erotic than vultures. That means someone's about to be ready for me. I am retiring from stand-up, by the way.
Absolutely. This is your last gig. A few steps forward, and you see the ugly sight of a huge man with muscles like knotted iron staked to the ground. His arms and legs are tied to 4 large wooden pegs driven deep into the ground. The man is naked, except for a small loincloth. Not too small. And his skin is badly blistered from the sun. His face and chest show the bloodied signs of cruel torture. His captors will not have gained information they sought from him because he is a barbarian. Do you wish to cut him free or just leave him to his agony?
Can I just have a wee peek under the loincloth?
It's true what they say about barbarian.
Well, in this playthrough and in the previous playthrough, to some extent, I considered myself a barbarian, and I'm trying to decide whether it would be a barbarianly thing to do to free a fellow barbarian, or would it be more barbarian to take advantage of the situation? I can't really tell.
Just to be clear, you have been given the option to take advantage of the barbarian.
I didn't mean it like that.
You've got the choice of freeing him or just leaving him.
I got to free him, right? I mean,
got to free him.
I mean, if you want, look, he's lying here, close enough to death that vultures are circling him, and if I've got a skill of 12, which I believe is the maximum. So if he wants a scrap, I'll give him a scrap.
Well, Chris, I've just noticed that we're now at the 55-minute stage, so this would be a good time for a cliffhanger.
Oh, and this is also our that's even. It's our 10th decision.
10th decision. 10th decision. You've got the choice. Do you want a week to decide, or are you going to free him?
Do you know what? I think I'm going to leave this one till next week because we do have some people in chat. I'd like to hear what chat has to say over the course of the week.
Paul thinks you should put him out his misery and kill him, but we'll leave the chat open. That wasn't given as an option, by the way. It was just to walk away from him.
Yeah, it's just his own fantasy.
Paul basically, that's Paul's answer to everything.
Just kill them. Just
put him out his misery.
Put them in the misery.
So that's where we'll leave that. So you've got a week to decide. People have got their chat, and then we'll decide what to do with the Barbarian.
I wish we did a 2-hour stream.
Exactly. If we did a 2-hour stream, well, we have dabbled in longer streams. I'm just worried your neighbours are going to complain about the noise.
They have done twice.
They have done in the past. So anyway, so that's your choices, and we'll find out. We'll find out for next week. Paul thinks you should kill him, which wasn't given as an option, but might become an option if you free him when he goes a bit Raj.
Well, yeah, that's.
So that's a cliffhanger for the episode. There's a Barbarian line, and you've got choices. Do you want to go back to a deleted scene?
Yes, absolutely.
Right. So that's us. That this is the end of episode 2 of season 2 Tight. And if you want to stick around now for the deleted scene.
Now, before we do,
go on.
Oh, sorry, I said before we actually do the deleted scene, I'd actually be interested if anyone in chat sticking around which deleted scene they want to see, because we got the hole in the tree and we've got the chair covered in moss. And if you don't pick, I will flip a coin.
Good call. We'll do that. Jamie Andrew says, jerk him off you. Anyway, I'll just let anybody that wants to read it. I'm not reading it out, but Jamie, you're an old romantic.
It's not a terrible option. I mean, the man's.
Have you just read
it? I haven't read it, but I can guess what it was. And he's on his last legs, and
he is on his last legs, but Jamie's ready for one last hurrah. Right, so guys, that's the end of Tight 10 and Titan. We'll see. You've got a choice. You've got a decision to make about what deleted scene you want. Paul Dorrington thinks you should flip the coin, but we will see you again in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Tight 10 and Titan deleted scenes.
Do you know that 30-second countdown is really going to make the edits that I have to do someday with these videos much easier? Just
absolutely.
Here's the deleted
much
scenes.
More erotically charged. There's been a lot of eroticism tonight.
Yeah, way more than usual. I don't know why.
Absolutely. I mean, I think we've just upped our game, right? So Paul seems to think you should flip the coin to make the choice. It's entirely up to you.
All right.
You've got your two distinct choices: the hole in the tree or sit in the chair.
Well, I think heads is going to have to be we reach over our head to go into the tree, and tails is going to have to be we sit in our tail.
Let's do it.
If we had a tail. Okay, I will pin it again.
Tail.
Indeed. So we're going to sit down in the chair.
Despite being made of hard oak, the chair is surprisingly comfortable. The comfy chair.
Comfy chair. I've got a comfy chair.
You start to eat your food, which wasn't possible because all your provisions were stolen.
Not very consistent.
But instead of feeling stronger, you feel weaker. You're sitting in a chair of life draining, which drains 4 points from your stamina score, despite eating a portion of provisions. If
Who
you're
the
still
fuck left
alive,
this here?
if you're still alive, you manage to climb slowly up the chain and stagger northwards. So you'd have lost 4 stamina points.
Is this the chair that hit me in the head earlier? Is this where it ended up?
It bounced off your head and went flying into the forest. So it was going to be a life-draining chair.
Oh my god, that was really shit. So I'm really glad we didn't do that. Good call, everyone except Jamie. I think Jamie told us to sit in the chair.
He said sit in the chair.
That was quite short. We might actually have time to do the tree as well, if you're up for it.
Do you want to do the tree?
Well, I mean, I thought that would take longer. That was like 2 sentences.
It was quite short, wasn't it?
Yeah. What do you? I mean, I'm not even going to ask chat. I want to know. I'm sorry. I want to know.
You want to know? Okay, let's do it. I'm going to get right.
Pages.
I'll let you away with it, right? But we will do the other one as well.
It was so short. We have to.
It was short. It was short. You put your hand slowly into the dark hole. It comes into contact with something cold and hard. It's not my fault. This is kind of erotic charge to.
I don't know if cold and hard is erotic. Not unless you're a necrophiliac.
Yeah, I love it. It feels like a metal bowl. As you start to lift it out the hole, you wince with pain as the sharp teeth of some small creature suddenly bites into your arm. You pull your arm out quickly, hanging on to your discovery. Blood drips to the ground from your wound, and you lose 1 stamina point. But you see, you've not found the metal bowl after all. It's a bronze helmet. It looks about your size, and you've got the choice of trying on the helmet or continuing north.
I can't try on the helmet. Come on, let's not fuck about.
You place the helmet in your head. A surge of power starts to run through your body, making you feel strong and unafraid. The helmet's magical properties allowed you to add 1 point to all future dice rolls when you compute your attack strength during combat, as long as you wear it.
Holy fuck!
You missed it.
I fucking did miss out. God damn it. Two different people told me to ignore the tree. 2 different people, and I could have got a +1 to all dice rolls. With my skill, that would have meant like I'd have to roll only. I don't even think Snake Eyes would have, like, that boar fight Snake Eyes wouldn't even have mattered.
That's right. You would have been an automatic win against a boar.
Well, you know what? It would have made the game less of a challenge, so let's not dwell on it.
Exactly. Jazz, what an optimistic way of looking at it. So next week you probably end up either in a fight with a barbarian, or having a new barbarian pal, or just leaving a barbarian to his death.
Or eloping with a barbarian.
I mean, who knows? The world's your oyster. Guys, this is now the end of the deleted scenes of Tight 10 and Titan. We'll see you next week for episode 3.
When is it next week, John?
When next week? Probably next Tuesday.
Back on Tuesday again, which means it's not even a week. We've got, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days until the next episode.
5 days.
Beautiful.
Exciting times. So we'll see you then.
Yeah.
See you next Tuesday.
See you next Tuesday.
See you next Tuesday.
See you next Tuesday.
This has been Tight 10 and Titan. You guys have been wonderful. Good night.
Night.